श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्वापितं मेन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माया तदाति पदाम्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सागना ललिता श्री विशाखां च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नक्षत्रायस्पद्रेषु नित्यभागवतसेव्ये भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिभवन्तैष्टिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, welcome to the morning Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we will be talking about Canto 1, Chapter 4, 17 and Sloka number 13. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I speak Bhagavatam in Parampara for the pleasure of the devotees and the Lord and my own purification. Hare Krishna, you can repeat the word. Atyahyashi Vrishabhantra Vaha
Atyahi Vrishabhadram Vaha
Sadhunyam Akya Agasam
Sadhunam Apratasam
Atma Vairupya Kartaram
Atma Vairupya Kartaram
Pratanam Kirti Dushanam
Artanam Kirti Dushanam
आख्याहि वृषभद्रावः
आख्याहि वृषभद्रावः
साधुनयाम् अक्रत आगसाम्
साधूनामग्ररागसाम्
आत्मवैरूप्यकर्ताराम्
आत्मवैरूप्यकर्तारम्
पार्थनां कीर्तिदूषणाम्
पार्थनां प्रीतिभूषणाम्
आख्याय भद्रां वः
आख्याहि वृषभद्रावः
साधूनाम् अक्रत आगसाम्
साधूनामग्ररागसाम्
आत्मवैरूप्यकर्ताराम्
आत्मवैरूप्यकर्तारम्
पार्थनां कीर्तिदूषणाम्
पार्थनां प्रीतिभूषणाम्
word by word reading. Akyaha.
आख्याहि
Just let me know.
just let me know
Vrasa.
Vrisha
A bull.
Yabur
Badram.
Bhagram
Good.
good
Vaha.
Vaha
For you.
for you
Sadhunam.
Sadhuna
Of the honest.
of the honest
Akrata agasam.
Akrata Agasam
Of those who are offenseless.
of those who are offenseless
Atma Vairupya.
Atma Vairupya
Deformation of the self.
information of self
Kartaram.
Karta
The doer.
the doer
Parthanam.
Partana
The son of Prata.
of the son of Prata
Kirta Dushanam.
Kirti Bhushana
Blackmailing the reputation.
blackmailing the reputation
The translation and purpose by the Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Translation: O bull, you are offenseless and thoroughly honest. Therefore, I wish all good to you. Please tell me of the proprietor of those mutilations which blackmailed the reputation of the son of Prata. Purpose: the reputation of the region of the Maharaj Ramachandra and that of the king who followed the footsteps of the Maharaj Ramachandra, like the Pandavas and their descendants, are never to be the forgotten, because in their kingdom offenseless and honest living beings were never in trouble. The bull and the cow are symbols of the most offenseless living being, because even the stool and urine of these animals are utilized to the benefit of the human society. The descendants of the son of Pratha, like Maharaj Parikshit, were afraid of the losing their reputation. But in the modern days, the leaders are not even afraid of killing such offenseless animals. Herein there lies the difference between the region of those pious kings and the modern state ruled by the irresponsible executive heads without the knowledge of the code of God. So today we will be discussing few of the things, violent, non-violent we will be discussing. We will be discussing about how the devotees should adopt a mode of the service attitude, servant attitude. So, and how the greatness of the Maharaj Parikshit. So these are the some of the points we will be discussing. Here in this purport, the Prabhupada is highlighting once again Ramachandra. Because when Ramachandra was ruling, all the peoples are getting necessity things in their thing. So the government, the governing of the state and the code of dharma both are correlated. So there is no, hence the peace and prosperities were happening on that. So Ramachandra was, Ramayana is not a fiction or mythology. It is a fact and figures only. It is a real incident happened in this Bharata. So the people, what they did is they scriptures, they simply documented the facts and figures, the principles without the trace of the mistakes in the scripture. That is the standard of scripture. So many people still the controversy going on, Ramayana has not happened. No, it has happened in this earth only. So we have to take up the thing. So here also the Ramayana, Ramachandra was again once again he is highlighted because when last time also we discussed on the past time when Rama was ruling, the dog was after the returning from the Sri Lanka, he tied a bell. Who are having distress, they can ring the bell. So in that incident, what happened? Once one dog came and he rang the bell, and Lakshmana, he asked Lakshmana, go and invite the dog with full respect, not simply chase because it's a dog. Not because of it is hungry, it is rang the bell. No, you have to give respect. Same way the dog came in and it was telling that one of the Brahmana was tortured, because of that it has got upset. So that story goes. So Rama was given so much of importance even to the animal. That's why in this purport also Prabhupada once again correlating the Ramayana. So Rama, how he was ruling that country, city. So also we have to protect the cows. So because Krishna attended the cow, and also he other day also we discussed it. Krishna given his loka as a goloka. He loves so much. So we have to be. He is very dear. Cow is very dear to Krishna. It is like a husband wife. For a husband, the wife is so dear. The husband is so dear. Once it has happened in US, there is a celebrity meeting, a party was going on, and they invited a comedian for entertainment. So the comedian was cracking jokes, and he picked up the celebrity's wife, some hair fallen down, something. He insulted. So the celebrity he saw the wife and asked, "Is it true what he is telling?" He said, "She also very much annoyed. Publicly he has insulted, that lady was insulted." Immediately that celebrity went up to the stage and thrashed him left, right. So why this example is, when you are very dear, okay, how much pain it creates. So when cow is so dear to Krishna, when somebody killed the cow, how much Krishna could have felt, how much pain it could have happened to Krishna. And also Krishna also declares that if somebody gives grass to the Krishna worship is not a very costly affair. He says, you give a grass to a cow, it is as good as you are worshipping me. So how much is emphasizing feeding a cow also is equal to worshipping of the Lord Krishna itself. So we have to give respect to the cow. So that's what here, when the bull and cow are tortured, so he says that it's unacceptable. So Krishna, the Brahmanas and cows, if they are disturbed, the Krishnas get very much annoyed. Okay, so that's why we have to be very careful on that. And there are three things which the legs of the bull is chopped. One is austerity, cleanliness and compassion. In the last sloka also saying. So it is only left with the truthfulness. So it is standing on one leg only. The leader should be properly given guidance. So leader should be properly guided. He should not misguide the society. So cow slaughtering should be stopped at any cost. If that is not happen, the war in this world will happen. The disturbance will continue. So there are 5 people to be protected: Brahmana, cow, women, children, and old age people. So this is the duty of the king and the administrator to protect it. So once it happened that in Jugu temple, the construction time, they found a tree which is just in the entrance. So the devotee wanted to chop out the tree, but Prabhupada didn't agree. He said that let the tree be there. Yeah, even if you go to Vrindavan, the trees are there in the middle of the courtyard. So Prabhupada is so compassionate with even the trees which is grown in that place. So we have to be very sensitive to all the living creatures as a devotee. So modern peoples are temperament and atrocity. Means they are very cruel to everything. They don't have anything. That's the other day they were saying it. Just in Western, children goes to the school with a gun, and if they get upset, they will kill them. So they don't have the culture. They don't have the means that is the way of Kali Yuga. It is symbolized that nobody having that this thing, humility. So why we are doing it? So for them, the life is just like a one neglected thing. So that we have to be very careful on that. So leaders, how the leaders should be, behavior is very important. So here in US also, once it has happened, when Prabhupada period, US Navy by accidentally they crossed the border and Cambodia they entered. So the Cambodia army they catch hold of the ship. Similarly, it happens in even the fishermen when they cross the Indian Ocean. If they go closer to Sri Lanka, they'll catch hold of it. Similar. So such incident happen in the sea. There is no border. Like in the land, you have a gate. Okay, this is state border, country border. But in the sea, you cannot make out where the border. So it obviously happens. So, but immediately what the U.S. government did it, they waged a war, and a lot of fighting happened, and soldiers were died, 15 people and all the things, and finally they took back the naval ship, and devotees were asked, Prabhupada, is it right what they did? Prabhupada said yes. Whoever did against the thing, whatever US government take a decision of war, waging war is right only. He was supporting, and all the boys were very happy. Okay, Prabhupada is not only spiritual, it's patriotic also. He said that yes, first they have to be devotee. So whenever there is a violence, the king has to take a decision to take the sword. So that's what Parikshit also knows. When there is a violence, he don't mind to kill the Kali Purusha. So he's so much this thing. Also, he's a very good leader also, Parikshit Maharaj. When there is an incident happen, he didn't even ask that, he knows that Kali Purusha only chopped the leg of thing, but still he went and asked the bull, tell me what exactly happened. This is the duty of the leader before giving judgment. Okay, but if you see that other incident where that Sringe Brahmana son, he didn't even ask Parikshit, simply he cursed. So a leader, how he has to behave. This is the lesson we have to learn. So it happens in our situation also many times. No, whatever we see, we just jump into the conclusion. We give judgment. We won't even ask that victim and the opponent what exactly is. So we have to be more here. We should not believe the eye. Eye is a very this thing. Recently, I was telling that my wife's relative was met with accident. Police in the case they booked it. Actually, the heavy truck is hit him and he fell down and head injury died. But what in the police station the script is, he went and hit the lorry and he fell down. The whole story is up and down because the eyewitness is not there. So instead of inquiring the thing, they will script. This is the Kali Yuga's prabhava, we can say. Okay, people jump into conclusion before even inquire what exactly happened. So that is happened. Even in the non-violent and violent, we were discussing. Yeah, a king has to be for ourselves. We should be non-violent, but for the country, for others, we should be violent. Means if something happened to others, we have to be violent only. That's what Prabhupada insists. Okay, we should not be doing that. Example is when Prabhupada period itself, Gandhi was waging that non-violence to all the things. Prabhupada is very upset. He said that administrators should not be covered. Okay, he should be bold. When it comes to the safety of the country, he should be violent only. He didn't. Then the reporter says, no, he follows the Bhagavad Gita. He reads and follows Bhagavad Gita. He said, yes. Arjuna also said that you don't want to wage a war, but Krishna told that you have to fight. So we have to understand what Krishna is trying to tell us. So when it is required to violence, yes, we have to be violent only for the protection of that. So here also safety of the country is more important. When the country is safe, we can do a peace. We can do a bhakti peacefully in the within the city. That is more important. Also that when indoor there is a Gita Sammelana happens. Okay, that time lot of uh, sages. Sages means that there are the leaders of the different organization came. They spoke about Gita, so many, and the end Prabhupada went and he decided so much of junk they have spoken. Okay, I don't want to speak anything on Gita. Let me do Kirtan. So he asked the devotee to join, and he was doing nice Kirtan. It was going. And one point of time, all the Western devotees they got up and they were dancing. Young boys and girls were dancing. And seeing this public forum, other public also they boarded that and stage and start dancing. There is some two gundas, no? They started dancing with Mataji, which is not supposed to. And very vulgarly the situation was going. Prabhupada was closing and doing kirtan. Suddenly he opened his eyes, saw that he understood the situation. He immediately in his kartal, he swing and hit that person. He was 77 years old. That kartal went and hit that person and he got shocked. And he saw Prabhupada, his furious face. And immediately he put up obeisance, both the people ran away from the stage. So, the violence is required. Okay, when it's going to for safety of the people. Okay, we should not see that. Another incident also, Radhesham Prabhu was quoting that. There's a sage, he was preaching about non-violence and all that thing. And he has a lot of lady disciples also. The other day also I was telling the same quote. He met Prabhupada and Prabhupada was casually asking him, when somebody disturb your ladies devotee, what do you do? Do you violent or non-violent? He was thinking for some time, he said, no, I'll be non-violent. Then the ladies were very upset, they were shouting, when we are disturbed, you are become non-violent. Then Prabhupada calmed down, he said, no, keep pacify them. No. What it says is, Rasham, some people, they'll stick to their ideology. Okay, whatever happened. No, that is not what Krishna is expecting. When it comes for protection, you have to be violent only. And Prabhupada is an ideal leader. So he knows time circumstance how to behave. So we have to learn a lot of messages from him. When 1966, Vietnam War was going on, all the US people, they are all devotees, they were not in favor of Vietnam War because a lot of Americans were dying there. In the name of war, they go because they don't know the place. They guerrilla war they were Vietnamese were doing. These people don't know how to fight, so they were dying. So Americans were very upset about the Vietnam. So they were asking that time Bhagavad Gita was going on and Bhagavatam class were going on. Then devotees asking Prabhupada, tell me, is a Vietnam war is required? He said that if Krishna wants that war, it is required for the violence. Some violence has happened. If Krishna wanted, then the war has happened. And also they were confused. Then he said that this Vietnam war will dilute and die. So naturally it will stop. You don't have to worry. So whatever he predicted, same thing happened. So in US people couldn't succeed and they withdrawn the army. So this is where a leader will predict what is right because they are always in phase with Krishna's mood. So they know what exactly has to happen. And also once it has happened that Radhesham Prabhu was, it is a typical example for us also. When we have to be violent, when we have to be calm, non-violent. So in our context, we can say that we chastise the people, correct, when something happens. So Radhesham Prabhu is telling that I am handling all the brahmachari boys. I shouted them, chastised them. Okay, they feel very bad. Sometimes they are not qualified to glorify also. Then he went and asked his Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, what I do? Should I have to shout, or should I have to praise them? Okay, glorify them. Then Maharaj was thinking for 2 minutes and he replied it. Yes, what he says is, we have always remember our action, know how the action should be, what you should do to devotee to feel closer to Krishna. Our action, whatever we do to that devotee, if that action is going to take him closer to Krishna, that's okay, whether you praise him or shout at him. Okay, what will, when he will experience that love of Krishna in his heart, your action makes him feel love of Krishna in his heart. That is the kind. So, the judgment is with us only. To correct a person, whether to violent or non-violent, the end result should be, he should be closer to Krishna and his heart should be anchoring for Krishna. Okay, that is the goal of our thing. It is not that I am big, I have to be shout everybody, so everybody will respect me. No. I have to, because Sloka says that we have to be violent, I am violent with everybody. No, that is not that context. The context is, we have to understand that my action, whether it takes the devotee closer to Krishna, that's more important. So it's very nice message Radhanath Maharaj gave to us. And also we have to be responsibly detached. You understood the meaning? Responsibly detached. Because I got a post, okay, management given some post, I should not attach with that. When tomorrow they say that do some other service, no, this is my thing, you are given the post, I can't leave this post and do that. We have to, in Parikshit Maharaj, he's a great king, okay. And when the time comes, Tachaka bitten, he has to die, he just give up everything, detached, okay. He is renowned. Hearing the renunciation, all the sages, the Raja Rishis, so many people, they are all flow to Naimisharanya, and their disciples were asking, where are we going? They say that we are going for pilgrimage, holy pilgrimage. Who's telling? Raja Rishis and the big sages. You might be in Bhagavatam say the overall the people assembled in Naimisharanya. So those big people, they are holy. They are the holy people only. Okay, holy place. They are very renowned, means highest places. Their Shishya is saying we are going for a holy place for a pilgrimage. So they want to take association of Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj, when he met, he put obeisance to all the sages. He didn't say that I am a king of this world and you are all came to see me. He didn't have that envy or pride in his mind. He obeisance to all the sages. And what he is telling is, I have no qualification. Okay, because I am king, you didn't come. Okay. You came, I am very low. What I am saying is that I am like a place where all of you are going to wash your legs. Such a menial kind of person. He is putting himself so low positions. I did so much of abominable work, and but still you came. I have to be kept aside. Okay, I have no qualification to respect me. But I know why you people came, because you respected my grandparents, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjuna, who are the servant of Krishna. To respect them, you came. So, same thing, I heard it from my Mahabhava Thakurani after our daughter wedding. she was expressing me that all the crowd who came because of not because of you and me, they came because of my father and grandfather and your father and grandfather. They did so much of pious work. They did so much of qualities they had. To respect them, they came. You got it? Even in Kali Yuga, present world, people respect you not because of you. Not. I am not saying that not because of you. You should not feel that all the society is respecting because of me. They are respecting, the society is respecting you because of your ancestors. You got it? Parishit Maharaj is a typical example what he is trying to tell us. So, one of the leader, you might be heard about Modi, he watched that initial stage, all the servants leg. Okay, and people were propagating saying that political stance. No, actually, when Gopal Krishna Maharaj he went and asked him why, he said that one day I have to give up all these posts. Okay, he's renounced, even though he's in a post, he's renounced that post. So it's a very good lesson for us. We should not attach with the post. Gopal Krishna Maharaj says that I am a renouncer. Okay, he is a sannyasi, he can talk. But a leader, political leader is feeling he is a great. Okay, so he's a nice person. Whatever people talk about, but he set an example. He go through in the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, he applies the message, code of Krishna. Yesterday we were talking about code of Krishna, how the Indian leaders are there. If you take up another example is New Zealand. New Zealand Prime Minister after the election, within 6 months he resigned it. He said, boy, goodness, so much of problem, I cannot handle it. And New Zealand is a small country, it has got nothing, no problem. Okay, such a thing they couldn't handle it. Imagine about India and so much of problem, so much of things. Our leaders are so nicely managing it because nobody is attached. You got it? That is where all the leaders were so much, they are brought up in the thing where the Vedics are being taught in there and it is part of the blood itself. Okay? So they know how to rule the country. They go through that all Ramayana and Mahabharata nicely and inculcate. So this is that. So we should be detached with a post and attached with the service. You got it? It's very weightage on a sentence. So it is applies to devotees. So that the person who does it, he gets a nice sleep because he doesn't have any tension because he is attached with the service, not with the position. So, but people who are behind the post, okay, and say that I am non-violent and all the politicians might and all say I am non-violent, all the things, and on the background they will do all the nonsenses, grabbing public property, that and this, all the things they will do, and when they are provoked, then everything comes out. Recently you might have seen that few elections, during that time they spill out. Okay, this person looted this much of money, that person looted this much of money. Okay, all when provoked situation comes, everything comes out. Okay, but Prabhupada is very cool person. Situations are very nicely he manages because he's inside and outside is Krishna only. Okay, when we can say an example of 1960 Alan Ginsberg, you might have seen that he is a very popular person, Gundas, okay, and he was promoting, there are a lot of fans for you. Those days the Gundas become very popular in the US, and he was Hare Krishna Mahamantra and he was promoting that ISKCON, okay. He is favorable to that. So, and a reporter comes and asks, I heard that you are the guru of Alan Ginsberg. He is not only Gunda, he is a homosexual leader also. Here Prabhupada continuously has answer number one. Number two, if we say yes, that means Prabhupada accepting all his sin. Okay. Sin means all dirty things and all. If we say no, then he is doing a good job of promoting Hare Krishna, which he will feel my guru is not supporting me. Okay, this happens to us always. Okay, so but what Prabhupada spontaneously answered is, I am no guru to anybody. I am not the guru of. What clearly says that I am not the guru of anybody. I am the servant of everyone. See the kind of answer he throws. Very, it is a fact. What is required answer to that. So such a nice Prabhupada just give the answer to the reporters. You cannot find any fault in any of the reporters' conversation and all. No, perfect answer he gives, so that the conversation stops. The leaders of Indians are so, I think initial days, when Rajagopalacharya, no, he is first and last governor of India. When Mountbatten want to go to his niece's wedding to England, 6 months he was chutti. So somebody has to take care of the government. No, so Rajagopalacharya was made a governor of India. And in the governor palace, there are 500 rooms and very lavish, opulence, I could say lavish, opulence were there. And after 6 months, Mountbatten, he came back and he asked the reports and all. He was shocked. Rajagopalacharya, no, he stayed in one single room and he prepared khichdi on his own. He washed his own cloth. Leader is simplicity. And he wrote Ramayana, Mahabharata, many of the students might have read. So, John F. Kennedy, he met Rajagopalacharya during that time. He spent 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes, John F. Kennedy felt so much impacted in his life. US President. And Jimmy Carter, Britain Prime Minister, he met him. Okay, he spent some 15-20 minutes with him, and after 40 years he wrote a book. Jimmy Carter written that he is a very role model, something, he's impacted his life. That 15 minutes and Rajagopalacharya spent time, it's impacted their life. Such a kind of leaders we had. Okay, because they followed the code of Krishna. The leaders know they followed the code of Krishna. Yesterday we were discussing detail about the code of Krishna. So not only that, even that if you go through that one more Shastri, Lal Bahadur Shastri, he also ruled that. No, he is a leader when one of his friends came and asked that loan, some 500 rupees. So Rajagopal said that I am getting 1,000 rupees money, I have no left out with any money. And after a week, his friend came and thanked him, thank you for lending money for me, your wife gave me 500 rupees. Huh? He was shocked. He went and asked wife, from where you got the money? She said that we have got 1,000 rupees, no, I saved some 100 rupees in that, and last 6 months, 5 to 6 months, that money I gave you. He felt, okay, he wrote a letter to government. I think the 1,000 rupees more to me, please reduce it, 100 rupees, give me 900, I can manage with that. See the kind of leaders we had. He is also followed code of Krishna. The leaders of Indian leaders are not something on roadside picked up. Their leaders are followed the code of Krishna. So how disciplined they are, how they manage the whole show. So, and also Sachidananda Maharaj, okay, when he went for a youth conference, there usually when Maharaj comes, there is a introduction happens. Okay, there's a leader, one of the volunteers came and introduced Maharaj. Maharaj was very seriously carrying his glories and all the things. And at the end he told, I've forgotten one thing. And he was scratching it. Yes, Maharaj, I had forgotten that you might have done some MBA. No, very important message you didn't convey. He said he was shocked. Usually Maharaj and in the stage public forum that anchor is totally shivering or something went wrong. And so Maharaj said that I am servant of all the people, devotees. That is my qualification. See the leaders, how they claim it. I am the servant of all the devotees and all the people. That is the mood of our. Even the devotees are given promotion like GBC, that is not. But they are very happy if they are serving the devotees. They are not behind that big post. They are very happy. That's why they travel, they preach, they mingle with the devotees, they serve the devotees, helping the devotees. So we have to inculcate that character. Servant character should be more important because recently happened Janmashtami and Radhashtami is coming and that badges are not given servant. Okay? But are we having that? So knowing, doing and being. I know I am a servant. Okay. I am doing servant work by force. Somebody, my leader told that do wash vessels. I am doing servant work. But I am not being a servant. You got the meaning of these three? This is what the situation, our level. Our level is, I know, but we have to shift. Krishna has demonstrated being a servant. You might say he is a charioteer and Ashwamedha Yajna, he washed the feet of all the kings. His servant. He demonstrated being a servant. That is where we have to inculcate how we can. It is not a knowing, it is not doing, it is being is important. Okay. When Duryodhana was just before the war, he wanted to teach the Krishna. He said that you are a Dwarkadesh and you are become a charioteer. So he want to provoke that Krishna, okay, to create angry. But Krishna, no, what he might have replied? He just smiled. And that smile is lot of meaning. He said that I am the servant of Arjuna. I am the servant of Arjuna's horses also. Okay? During the war, Krishna only massaged the horse. If you read that Bhagavatam, no? Wonderful classes, Mahabharata, you will really enjoy that. In the evening, he will go massage, dusting, no? The horse full of dust will be there. He will take a brush and clean the horses, give water to the horses. See, such a great man. He never felt that I am the, this thing. Even if you say no, he convinced Brajavasi that he is not a god, he is a servant. Okay, Govardhan hill he was lifting, and the Brajavasis are telling that because Krishna drank milk and Radharani mercy, he is able to lift it. Okay, such a convinced thing. And Nanda Maharaj, Gopis, they will tell Krishna, Krishna sing, he will sing. Krishna dance, he will dance. Okay. When Nanda Maharaj asked, please get my chapal, Krishna ran and bring the chapal on his head. He is servant. He worked as a servant. He is being a servant only. He never felt it. Okay. He is, when some big object we is supposed to take, no, little heavier than at a mortar or something, he is not able to shake. And he was massaging like Pailwan, no, they will do wall. He is just showing that one day I will become a big man to lift this. Krishna's want to, he played a childhood pastimes. There is only two reasons. One is to give pleasure to friends and his parents. The second one, he is a servant of his devotee and he works for their command. Whatever instruction that devotees give, he is following it. So for that reason only Krishna plays a childhood pastime. Thus, as a devotees also know, the conclusion of today's sloka is we have to cultivate the mood I am the servant of the devotee. That's more important. We have to be aggressive, assertive and humble. Depending on the time circumstance. It's not that always I'm humble. when there is something happen to our devotee community, you should be aggressive. Not that, okay, chalo, let them hit our devotee and not, should not be there. So, same thing, when it happened to in India-Pakistan war, Ranat Maharaj, people are asking, should we, devotees are, why they have to go and fight and all. Then Ranat Maharaj was quoting that. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati period also same thing happened. Subhash Chandra Bose, he went and asked, you people are sitting and doing bhajans only, send all your boys, I will take them, wage war against the British. Okay, so then Bhakti Sir diplomatically said that he'll show that devotee who is very thin. Okay, say that no, these people cannot fight. So what we have to support, okay, so we have to be support in and the thing, even though you cannot go directly fight. And we think that Gandhiji got because of non-violence, we got independent. No, Subhash Chandra Bose, the Britishers fear of Subhash Chandra Bose, he gave the independence and ran away. So violence is required. Subhash Chandra Bose dictating that violence. So Parishit Maharaj also, I am the servant, whatever may be the situation. We as a devotee, we have to, whatever the situation, we are the servant of the servant of servant. So that's what Parishit Maharaj also know. When this sword will be taken, he is taken. When the time he was to be put obeisance to the sages, he does. Similarly, we also should know that how our behavior should be there as a leader, judgment. That leadership is that when you take the decision, action should make the other person closer to Krishna. With this, I just concluded. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Thank you. Any questions, any doubts, any feedback?